Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes, and I hope you're sitting down because just when you think this Labour government can't sink possibly any lower, it surprises you by sinking way lower than you think it can possibly sink. I mean, we aren't just sitting here at the bottom of the sea, we're digging in. There was a private session, a seminar, if you will, at the Labour conference. And it was called How to Save 25 Million GP Appointments a Year. And it's talking about the role of what they call self-care within the NHS envelope. That's basically what they're talking about here. They want to save and stop people seeing their doctor 25 million times a year. Well, I think they're doing a good job of it already because of the cuts that they're having on the NHS and the awfulness that's going on. But you have to ask a very, very much different set of questions because what's coming out about this absolutely reeks. It reeks to frightening proportions. Now, for years, the Labour Party has always attacked the Tory party as being dangerous when it comes to the NHS. The Tory party want to privatise the NHS. The Tory party this, blah, 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 blah. Constant attacks on the Tory party about their handling of the NHS. That dies immediately because this seminar was basically held, and I think it was financially supported by a company called Haleon. I'm not sure it's Haleon. I don't know the pronunciation. We'll call it Haleon for the sake of calling it something. It might be wrong. Doesn't matter. They sponsored this session. They put their money in. Who, I ask, is Haleon? Haleon are a private consumer health giant. They provide private health care. So why is a private health company sponsoring a Labour health debate? The same Labour Party that say that it is the Tories aiming to privatise the NHS when it clearly isn't. The Tories never have. One of the things that's come out in this, and this is the Labour Party saying it, is that too many people are seeing too many GPs too many times. 25 million appointments a year. It's costing billions upon billions. And I'm going to have a look here. It's got the number. Yes, for funding the NHS long-term workforce plan with these 25 million appointments would cost £20 billion more than the manifesto commitment from Labour. Remember that £22 billion black hole that doesn't exist? They're looking to spend £20 billion on this plan. £20 billion to cut the NHS GP appointments. Unbelievable, isn't it? They've got this massive lack of funding. They can't afford it. They literally can't afford to do it. So what are they doing? Well, the plan is this. They're going to have self-care. Self-care is where rather than you phoning up and finding it very hard to get a GP appointment through the NHS, you'll be able to go online to a provider of healthcare that will give you the necessary healthcare you need online rather than going to a GP. Who will be doing this? Haleon, or whatever they're called. This private healthcare will set up a system, and then you, the individual, can go online and get this healthcare through a private company that the taxpayer will then pay. Remember, Labour moaned about the Conservatives privatising the NHS. Labour are now going in hand, in cahoots, with a private health company to provide GP cover online. But they're not privatising the NHS. No, siree, Bob, not a chance of it. They're saying it's the Conservatives' fault they're doing this because of funding. No, the Conservatives didn't phone up Haleon and say, come on, let's go into bed together and let you provide private healthcare for the people. It's bollocks, isn't it? These hypocritical, two-faced twonks, they want to cut NHS GP appointments and make everything a private company. Two things spring to mind. One, why on earth are they doing it? How much have Haleon paid to get this done? And secondly, how many people in the Labour Party have now owned shares in Haleon, and how many of them, when they leave political life, will become directors of Haleon? How rich will Haleon be at public expense? And how many NHS doctors will be taken out of the NHS to go and work for Haleon, and thus removing NHS doctors available to people who don't want private medicine? This is the ultimate betrayal of the British people, of the NHS, that they, the Labour Party, helped set up and have always said we're so proud of what we've done. And they're now taking it apart. They've got the scaffolding up and the demolition is beginning. GPs today, hospitals tomorrow, specialists, you name it. Britain is moving inexorably towards a full private medical system. Putting this in place are the Labour Party. And we need to know who is taking money from these companies, because they ain't doing this off the goodness of their heart, are they? Money, most definitely, is changing hands. We are low on doctors. We've got one of the highest doctor-to-patient ratios in the world. Cuba's got a better one than us. And yet they want to take even more GPs out of the NHS to put it into private companies' hands for a fee. Backsheesh, bribery, corruption. But this time, they're gambling people's lives, people's health. This is disgusting. This is lower than I thought ever the Labour Party were even conceivably thinking. They say it's an investment in the future. It's making it efficient. You want to make it efficient? Do it within the envelope of the NHS. Set up this system. Set up online triage within the NHS. Why make a private company even richer from public money? If the private company want to make it, they do it. They can spend their advertising, make their investments. Let them do it. Don't have a problem with private medicine. But when you're taking doctors out of the NHS and using public money to enrich already rich companies even further, that's wrong. That's got to go against everything the Labour Party has ever stood for. But of course now the Labour Party aren't the Labour Party. They're all greedy, grasping bastards who are going to kill people. I'm so angry. I'll stop. Thank you very much. Bye.